All right, so we've been talking about the importance of having influence as a leader, and that if you want to be taken seriously as a leader, that influence is the most important currency that you have. Right? And never forget the fact you don't get to decide if you're a leader. I do not get to decide if I'm a leader. Because by definition, by default, if nobody's following me, then I'm not a leader. So that means the people that I work with, the people I work around, that work for me, with me, all those things, they get to decide if they're going to give me that title of leader. So I've got to show up every day and earn that. And we've already talked about the two of the ways we can do that, right? And it's by showing love and care, being a servant leader, showing up every day and not resting on the laurels of your title, not assuming that because I'm in the chair that I'm in, that by default, they're going to follow me. Or that they're going to follow me or allow me to lead them just because I said so. Just because I got a fancy name on my nameplate. They're going to follow me because I'm worthy of somebody being followed. They're going to follow you or allow you to lead them because you're somebody worthy of leading. So that leads me to one of my favorite topics to discuss is what sets up the right foundation or what allows somebody to look at you and decide that's somebody I want to lead me. That's somebody I'll go to war with. That's somebody I will go to battle with. Right? Beyond the love, care, service thing. That all those boxes have to be checked. But that also comes down to your credibility. Are you a credible person? I like to use the word credibility and respect somewhat synonymously. Subtle differences, but I like to use them as somewhat the same thing. Because if your people don't respect you, they will not follow you. If your people don't respect you, then you cannot lead them. So are you somebody worthy of respect? Do you show up every day and earn that respect? Respect is earned. And I tell people all the time, and I'll do a separate video on this, in the workplace, respect much more important than being liked. And we see far too many leaders going for being liked than respected. And it's a crucial and critical mistake. Right? Are you somebody who has the credibility to lead? Are you somebody who has enough respect and credibility that the people look at you and say, I've got his or her back. I will follow him or her into battle. It's a question you got to ask yourself. The cool thing about it is if you have it, fantastic. You're well on your way. If you don't, it can be developed. So let's talk about a couple elements that go into building your credibility. The first and foremost is what I call the 3 C's. Are you competent? Can you do your job well? Are you good at the job? Are you good at leading? Got to be competent. Hard to follow a leader that's not competent. Second is, are you confident? Do you ooze confidence? Not arrogance, not cockiness, but confident. Do you instill confidence in your people? Because I promise you, as a leader, your people are watching you. And they're watching you to determine how they should feel. They're watching you to determine, is he or she freaking out? Is he or she stressed? Is he or she worried? Or does he or she have it all together? So do you have what we call that leadership presence, that air about you, that it factor, if you will? It matters. And the third C is character. Are you somebody worthy of following because you're a good man or a good woman? You have integrity, you have honesty, you have those characteristics that people are looking for. And that ties directly back to trust as well. Right? Are you somebody that manages your emotions well? Already touched on it briefly, but build on a little bit further here. Are you somebody that comes in stressed out of your mind all the time? Are you somebody who walks in the door and is so easily agitated or easily frustrated? Are you somebody when things go wrong, you get super sad, super emotional? Do you snap at people? Do you withdraw from people, disassociate from people? Or are you somebody that has it together, manages your emotions, has high emotional intelligence, EQ, emotional quotient? Are you somebody that possesses that? It matters because, like I said earlier, your people are watching you for it. They're going to determine their attitude based on your attitude. Right? Do you possess what I still consider to be the most important leadership skill of all time? And that is humility. Are you somebody that understands your own shortcomings, that welcomes new ideas, that welcomes being challenged? Or do you want to surround yourself with yes men and women? Right? Do you have the humility to say, hey, what worked before doesn't work anymore. We got to make changes. Do you have the humility to challenge maybe some of the things that you built? And are you okay with other people challenging them as well? That brings you an incredible amount of credibility. Right? Are you an authentic leader? Like, do you show up and lead as yourself? Do you take all the leadership skills that we can learn and do you show up and institute them in your own way? Or are you trying to be somebody you're not? Like, sometimes we see this model of leadership, or we think sometimes that leadership means charisma or all these other things, and we try to show up and be that person, and it doesn't land well. Because what people really want is you. All right, so are you somebody who grows and develops yourself? Are you a stagnant leader, like you don't have any interest in getting better at your job, better in your leadership development? Or are you somebody that's got a growth mindset, that wants to get better, wants to improve, not just yourself, not just your skills, but the business as a whole? Because you need to be expecting that of your people. Now, if you want to set up the right culture for innovation and growth and development, you got to make sure your people are growing and developing. Make sure they're reading, make sure they're getting coaching, make sure that they are investing in themselves. Really hard to inspire your team to do that if you're not doing it. Right? So these are some of the things that go into your credibility. And let me build out the framework in its totality here a little bit. If you show up every day and you show love and care for your people, they know you have their backs, they will have your back. You show up every day and you create the right environment for trust and innovation. You let your people do their work. You empower them. All right. And you invest in their growth and their development. You take their careers seriously. And you don't just see them as paid labor or a warm body to fill a role. And then you yourself are an incredible leader of you. All right. We talk about leading yourself and how that's an important thing to do, or important and crucial thing to do if you're ever going to lead others. Are you a great leader of you? And that's what you build credibility from. You manage your emotions, you're authentic, you're humble, you're hungry, you're motivated, you grow, you develop. You're competent, you're good at your job, you carry yourself with that level of confidence. And you're a good person, high character, high integrity. Can you start to see how it's building itself out now? How that, if you built an avatar of that person, how that's somebody you would want to follow? So now the challenge to you is you've got to become that person. You've got to work every day to be that person so you can lead your team to greatness. And when you do, and if you do, the payoff will be immense. So we talked about in prior videos how it's very rare to find great leadership. And now you're starting to see why, because it's not easy, but it's doable. And if you follow me, you allow me to instill these things in you, you can be great too. So I'll be back again with more information on this. There's a little more to add to it, but now you're starting to get the picture on what it looks like to build real influence. And that's what it requires to be a great leader.